Last of the Dragonlords, Chapter 6, by Flashlight 20. The night sky disappeared, giving way to the sun. It rose slowly over the mountains in the east, its life-giving light shining down over Equestria. In particular, the 6 ponies that camped out somewhere in the wilderness. Elsag's eyes flickered open and she stifled a yawn. She raised her head and looked around, shaking to see if everyone was okay. She saw Twilight, Rarity, Rainbow, and Pinky sleeping soundlessly. Twilight, though, had her mouth open as the cat's mouths. Rainbow was flicking her wings to see as he was flying. What Fluttershy was, she had no idea. Probably woke up and went to the bathroom, she thought. She got up and stretched her legs, then walked over to the side of the lake to have a drink. A gentle breeze filled the air and sent ripples across the lake, making it livelier than it was yesterday. Housejack walked to the bank and took a sip. It wasn't the best water, she concluded, but it was good enough. She drank for a little while before sitting down on her haunches and gazing at the scenery. In all honesty, she could stay here forever. It was so relaxing, with the wind in her mane, not a single pony save her friends in sight. She was so relaxed she didn't hear Twilight sneak up behind her and poke her inside. "Morning, Applejack!" she greeted her friend. Applejack told her, "Ah!" and looked at Twilight. Boom, boom. Yeah, so that's why I got Gibble scared by fire. Twilight looked at her apologetically. "Sorry, Applejack. I just thought you could hear me." I was mouse, the sugar cube. "Oh, well, how are you? Slept well?" Twilight nodded. "Very well, thank you. Did you?" Applejack nodded, and then opened her mouth to speak. Before Christy uttered a word, she had Rarity in her face. "Sorry, darlings, but I must get in the water to clean my mane after it's been in that hideous grass." Applejack rolled her eyes. "Seriously, Rarity? Could you go one day without losing your mind?" Rarity looked at her as if Applejack asked her to jump off the cliff. "Good heavens, no. This meat eats the style, and I'm not going to let some peachy bugs of mine crawl in there to lay those eggs and ruin it." Well, she jumped to the water and disappeared on the surface. "Wouldn't let Fluttershy call an animal's perjury if I were you. Speaking of which, where is that gal?" Rarity resubmerged and looked at her alarm, so did Twilight. "You mean she wasn't here when you got up?" Twilight asked, doing her best Rarity impersonation. Applejack nodded, her eyes widened as she came to the conclusion the others had to. 3 ponies raced back to the campsite and woke Rainbow to ask for Pinky. They quickly informed that Fluttershy was missing, and soon they were all calling out her name in panicky tones. "I'm here," came the sweet voice of the other Pegasus. Vipera's eyes looked confusedly in every direction, for Rainbow pointing towards the campfire wasn't hard with her eyes. A large lump was in place of where the campfire was last night. Quickly rose up, and his eyes flicked open, revealing Fluttershy's shining eyes. "Good morning, everybody." She greeted him softly with a smile. Fluttershy was completely covered in ass. Only the white of her teeth was the only thing clean about her. "Oh, sorry if I kept waking. You could have looked at... Why are you all staring at me like that?" Pinky faded. Rainbow looked at her like her jaw would drop off. Applejack was horrified. I was snickering at every pony's reaction. Rarity hoof on her chest, her preventing. "Fluttershy! I thought, of all ponies in this world, you should know better. Sleeping in a campfire can't be all good for your complexion." "It's actually very relaxing," Fluttershy remarked. "But I wouldn't recommend it to you all. You might get hurt." Twilight giggled. "Thanks for the sound advice, Fluttershy. Now get yourself cleaned up, then we can get going." Fluttershy looked down at herself and gasped, "Oh my!" She galloped past the stricken ponies, covering some of them in acid and dust, then jumping in and diving in the water. When she emerged, her yellow coat and pink mane shone as bright as the sun. So she swung around a bit before getting out, shook the excess water off her body, then joined the others who were getting ready to set off once more. "You ain't even coming?" Pinky asked the wild layer. Five heads nodded, and they soon set off, leaving the remains of the campfire behind, as they made their way back to the main road. Pinky started to sing. "On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again." The others quickly joined in, singing in perfect harmony. "The life I love, making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on that road again." 4 hours had passed once they got on the move without incident. Past small woodlands, stopping at Fluttershy's request to watch a small group of bunnies with young ones. After an hour, so they literally had to drag her away. They were soon back on the move. Eventually, they came across a large forest with dark green leaves and really old trees, and a small path that went through the middle. The map states that the Trots is in the middle of the forest, Twilight said, but he should be much farther now. They walked cautiously through, going at a quick trot so they could get into trouble to get out fast towards the city. It's okay. Always, there's only owls and small harmless critters in here. I can hear them, Fluttershy said. The others relaxed and continued. After a while, they rounded a large bend and were soon within sight of the Trots. The city was beautiful from the outside and had a great stone wall around 12 feet high that surrounded the city. It was accessible by a long wooden drawbridge that was split into two halves. It was raised up at the moment. As they came closer to the bridge, they spotted a guard standing by the raised bridge, looking slightly bored. When she saw the 6 ponies come closer, she spread her wings and lowered her spear. Halt! Who are you? Stick to your business of the Trots! She called to them in a gruff voice. Twilight stepped forward. She gestured for Fluttershy to follow close behind. Good afternoon. We're here on important business with permission from the princess herself, she said. The guard raised her spear slightly. Do you have proof? She asked. Twilight nodded just as Fluttershy started to come forward. The Pegasus walked up next to Twilight, and not once looking at the guard, showed her leg with Celestia's bracelet on it. The guard examined it, then nodded, seemingly satisfied with the evidence. Hey, Celestia! She called to the Balmus. Know the bridge! We have 6 ponies here bearing the mark of the princess! The drawbridge creaked as it lowered, both sides coming down evenly, and ending together perfectly connected. I'll escort you inside, the guard said, and walked to the city, the ponies following close behind. Before creaking, the front gates of the city opened upwards. Enjoy your stay here at the Trots, the guard said. Must have entered. She walked out of the gatehouse and backed over the bridge. He gestured one of the Pegasus guards on the Balmus to come down. Inform the commander of the arrival. Tell them a yellow Pegasus with a pink mane bears the mark of Celestia, and send somebody to follow them so we know where they go. The Pegasus nodded, took it to the air. The city of the Trots was much like Ponyville in a way. The structures were wooden in build, and the area was pretty flat. But that's where any resemblance ended. The buildings were white with vertical black stripes in color. The ground was soft and muddy from a few days of rain. Around 20 ponies in the street, 6 friends walked through. Elsa grunted as he took. Since Rarity jumped on her and back of Frank and her host story. I think first we should find somewhere to stay, Twilight. We're only lucky when we have room for 6, Rainbow suggested. I agree, the sooner we're off this muddy road, the better, Rarity said from Applejack's back. They soon started to look around. Anywhere would be able to stay for a day or more. Pinky was the first to find a place. Goose! I found somewhere! She explained as he hopped around them. Where? Twilight asked. Pinky hopped a few feet, turned and pointed left. They saw a large wooden building with plenty of inside and outside. He gave it away it was an inn. Good work, Pinky, Twilight commanded. They tried after Twilight and went inside the rectangular building. The inn was very medieval in appearance. A long table in the center, with smaller tables along the side, squared up in boxes. Along the walls were ceremonial swords, spears, and shields, between which were torches that lit up the place. At the far end was the innkeeper behind the front counter, cleaning up a tankard with his magic. He was a unicorn, with a light blue coat and a lighter blue mane and tail. His key mark was a tankard, and his eyes were a dark green. He turned around when he heard the door close. Oi! Welcome, ladies! He smiled and greeted them. I haven't seen any of you around here before, have I? Phew! We're all leaving your time here, he said cheerfully. The bartender's eyes widened. Ponyville, my hometown! Oh, he's not. The blue-coated unicorn beamed. Why, ladies, you're all very welcome at the Seal Mail's Inn. Sorry I had to put the name up. I should do that as soon as I know to myself. Anyway, name's Brewman. He walked out from behind the bar and greeted them with a hoof shake. Nice to meet you, Brewman. I'm Twilight Sparkle. I'm Deputy. Obsessed to meet you. Howdy, former Ponyvillian. My name's Applejack. Brewman's eyes opened wide. Oh, the Apple family! Applejack nodded. Well, is old Granny Smith okay? Is she still making those soft apples? Applejack nodded with a grin. Yep, and I've been learning as well. Brewman nodded, turned his attention to Rainbow. I'm Rainbow Dash. Must have some Pegasus of Ponyville. I can talk that. He inquired quietly. It's a pleasure to meet you. He moved to the next point. He shook his eye with an alarming speed. Hi, I'm Pinkie Pie, party, you listen to Party Wheel? Woo! I don't remember you, but it's difficult because every party scene in the whole town. And since it's also don't live in Party Wheel, it doesn't move away. You can be sad because of miss this particular party you put on. And yes, nice to meet you. You know, every day, Trixie wonders if we're gonna find a paragraph that's gonna beat you when it comes to you, Pinkie, and speaking that fast. Ha ha ha! That ain't happening. When Bruin was finally able to move his hoof away, his hoof felt a bit numb. He gave a quick shake before turning to the quietest member of the group. Oh, who might you be? I'm Fluttershy, she said quietly. So drew out a hoof and shook his. Nice to meet you. Bruin smiled warmly. Oh, it's nice to meet you too. Walked back behind the counter. So what could I do for you all? Fluttershy spoke up. Can we have a room to stay for the night, please? There's no trouble, that is. And do you have one for the 6 of us? Separate beds, of course, Twilight said. Ruben chuckled. It's no problem at all. And I have one with 8 beds in that room there. He paused to point to the black door in the broad sandal. I could use the business as well, to be honest. It's real slow here. Really? Twilight cocked her head to the side. Yep. All the customers I get are usually the soldiers that are posted here. And some travelers who took a long turn. He poured them a drink. Here, halt this on the house. They sat down by the long table to drink. Well, Rainbow said, what's this drink? It's delicious. Why, oh, Elizabeth, our black girls by the river here that taste wonderful. I managed to concoct it into a drink. Don't worry, it's not like a hunk. Never sell here anything that gets funny struck. Here's some of the soldiers got the hoods on it. I dread to think of what they'll do over my business. He said. As Bruin finished cleaning his tankers, the 6 bears rested their legs and drank their drinks, cheering and glad to be here at last. Say, what brings you biz all to the trots? Bruin asked. I noticed, I saw you have a license with the Argo Celestia. This is Fizz's sentence when the front door opened, startling everybody in fright. Unicorn and Pegasus guards walked through with grim faces. Bruin walked up to them. Afternoon, gents. What can I do for you? We're here for the Yellow Pegasus. Commander Star wants to see her. Everybody looked towards Fireside, then back at the guards. Rainbow stood for Fireside and spread her wings defensively. Why can't we all go? She inquired. If Fireside goes somewhere, I'm going with her. The guards took an aggressive stance. It looked like they were about to charge. Fireside put a calming hoof on Rainbow's shoulder and gave her a warm smile. It's okay, Rainbow. She gently pushed Rainbow to the side and walked up to the guard. I'll go. Take me to your leader. I've done it so many times with books. I can't believe I just said it for real. The guards looked down at each other awkwardly. They gestured to Fireside to go outside and follow them. Before she left, she waved a hoof at her friends. I won't be long, she said comfortably and laughed. If I find out you've harmed one hair on her, you better prepare yourselves for a world of pain! Rainbow called out to him. She then looked at the soft faces of everybody in the inn. What? And then if it were as well, you know. Fireside was left through the streets, getting some unwanted attention by some of the few ponies that lived at the trots. The 2 guards flanked the Fireside on either side, as he felt slightly unnerved by their size and rather aggressive expressions. What they threw her in a desert for something she didn't connect? Why he took me away to get me to find my friends? Was one of the other ridiculous thoughts, and next that rang through her mind. She scolded herself for starting to think like Twilight and Rainbow, with her rather ridiculous thoughts on what the princess could do to them and her in the past. They approached a large stone building built directly into the wall that surrounded the city. The 2 guards stopped and turned around completely, facing the city. Go right inside. Commander Star will be in the door on the right, Unicorn said. Fireside nodded and walked slowly inside. There was a door on the far right, which Fireside reckoned the commander was in. She opened the door and peeked inside. Hello? She whispered. Pony raised his head from below the table and looked towards the door. Fireside instantly jumped back and hoped he hadn't seen her. Come in! I saw you peeping over the door. He ordered sharply. It was Queen Fireside walked in, closed the door behind her with a haughty leg. She walked with her head down, avoiding eye contact with the pony. He was a dark gray Pegasus with a long black mane and short tail. His eyes were a turquoise color and were locked on in a way that made Fireside feel uneasy. Sit down in this chair, please, he offered. Fireside complied and sat down, looking at the ground. And what is your name? He asked. It took a while for Fireside to respond, as he said audibly, I'm Fireside. I'm Commander Star, the 412th Equestrian Royal Guard. First, I put up to say kiss, but he stared blankly, so she spat down. You know, in the 10 years of being commander of this post, I never had a special for Canterlot before. First, I looked up and shook her head.
But we're not here on an inspection.
Star looked at her with his cold eyes. No? So why are you here? He asked sharply.
Me and my friends are looking for a pony.
Right. So that could be any pony in this city, he said sarcastically.
He's a Pegasus.
That narrows it down to He cut her off again.
Same Firewing.
Star froze and looked at her with a scared expression. What do you know of Fireway?
All I know is he came here and I need to find him,
She said, correcting herself.
How do you know him?
I see, he ignored her question. I take it the princess must have sent you, since you have that bracelet. Firesight nodded. Star put a huff to his chin. Come on, then. He stood up. I'll show you where he is at this moment. Firesight's face lit up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
She screamed with delight. She fell quickly behind Star and followed out of his office, up a spiraling flight of stairs.
This is it.
Firesight thought.
We've come all this way. Once we're done here, we can go home. I can go to Nick and you.
They arrived at the top of the stairs, and Star pushed the door open. Firesight barged past him and looked around. They were at the top of the tallest tower lined with battlements. Firesight could see beyond the boundaries of the northern side of the city. Lying ahead was a harsh grip of the forest. Standing above, proudly soaring up into the sky, were a range of mountains that stretched across the horizon. Firesight looked back towards Star with a confused face.
Where's Firewing?
He walked up next to her and pointed to the mountain range. See those mountains? Firesight nodded. He's there somewhere. Left to go over there about a month ago. Firesight's ears lowered as he faced Star.
What's over those mountains?
Those mountains are what separate Equestria from Horska, he replied. He packed the things he had and left the city to go into Horska, saying something important needs to be done there.
What did he say?
But Star shook his head.
Did he say how long he'd be?
Look, he's probably mostly dead. Most ponies that go into Horska never come back. Firesight's eyes widened as he sickly asked,
Why?
Star sighed. The southern side of Horska don't like equestrians. They cast one, they're dead. Most ponies that are lucky to pass them head straight to the north. Firesight looked at Star with his expression.
North and south? What's the difference?
Star faced himself. Of course. Equestria doesn't know what's been going on over there. Well, we do. Do you want to know? Firesight nodded. Well, Miss Firesight, Horska's been divided a country for nearly 200 years. The ruling families, the Polonians and the Andalusians, used to live and rule the country together, but broke off after a pathetic disagreement and have been fighting over the country ever since. The wars have been going on and off, but always brutal and savage, with neither side giving mercy. He fizzed. Firesight's jaw lowered to the ground, eyes widened to the story.
Then why doesn't this book on Horska say any of this?
She wondered aloud. Probably because the darn thing's never told. For some reason, it's kept a secret. Only the princesses know about the war, and us, that's it. Firesight nodded her head slightly in understanding, though she was still confused why it was kept a secret from the rest of Equestria.
What about Firewing?
Star shook his head. Not a chance. And even if he did get past the Andalusian soldiers, I still wouldn't recommend it. It's suicide for the six of you to go in there. You'd be killed on sight. Firesight's ears drooped on her head, and her bottom lip drooled. Suddenly an idea came to her mind, one that filled her with disgust and shame for even thinking of it. But she needed to get to Firewing.
What about one pony?
Star thought about this for a moment, then shrugged. 50-50. The chances are higher than the six of you going. But I still wouldn't recommend it. Firesight turned her gaze towards the mountains again. Determination written on her face. Star stood this and shook his head. Oh, no. I'm not allowing you to go out there yourself.
I have no choice. If I don't go alone, we all die. If I do go alone, I can die, but I have a better chance. I must find Firewing so he can help me. If I have to go to Horska, so be it.
Star was about to object to this, but could see it was hopeless. What about your friends? I think they could have stayed at home, but instead they came with you. What makes you think they go you alone?
They won't. And that's why I have a plan.
Firesight explained to the Star, who raised an eyebrow at the end. You would go that far, he asked. Fluttershy nodded sadly.
Must think I'm a monster.
Star shook his head. I've heard and seen worse things, Fluttershy. That ain't one of them. He paused to sigh. Very well. There's a shop that sells stuff down the road. Head left when you exit this building. The shop has a red sign. Can't miss it.
Thank you.
Fluttershy said softly and walked towards the door. By the way, you'll need 50 bits to get through. Firewing did so. Won't anybody through unless they'd be willing to pay. He called to her. Fluttershy heard but didn't respond as he walked out the window and headed left like Star said.
I hope you girls can forgive me.
She whispered aloud. Polly, Applejack said. Hitma. Pinkie nodded, raised the hoof, slung the card over to her. Miss Applejack caught with her mouth, placed neatly into the other 2 cards in her hooves. The 5 ponies had relocated the largest room in the inn, made for 8 ponies to sleep in. There's various faces from the large table for the 5 of them to play cards on. Rarity pondered. I think I'll start, she declared, putting her cards down. Pinkie nodded. Hit me! Rainbow said. When she got the card, she slammed her head down on the table. Darn it! Over 21 again! Well, don't take it so hard, Rainbow, Twilight said. She scanned the cards and put on the table. I'm sticking too, Pinkie said. Applejack nodded in agreement. And as 1 to 4 points flipped over their cards. Pinkie had 18, Applejack had 20, Rarity had 17, and Twilight had 21. Wahoo! Steve punched the air, giggling with joy. Never won a game of blackjack before. Well, I only played it once before, but still. Well done, Twilight. See, you want to settle this one? Pinkie asked. Twilight nodded, got the group of cards, some of them were for magic. Then she saw 2 cards together, giving her 2. I looked towards the door, expecting to see Broom they wanted a drink. Instead, Fluttershy cut to the door.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting?
She asked. She was met with beaming smiles.
Hey, Fluttershy!
Pinkie greeted.
Want to play cards?
Fluttershy declared with a shake of her head. Rainbow gawked up and walked around her, giving Fluttershy an inspection. Yep, no harm done, she declared and gave Fluttershy a quick hug. How was it?
What did he want?
Rarity asked. Fluttershy sat up on his 3 chairs and gave out a great smile.
Oh, it was fine. Star, the commander of the garrison here, showed me where Firewing was.
And did you meet him? Twilight asked. Fluttershy nodded. And have you been treated? Fluttershy nodded with a beaming smile. The ponies cheered.
This is brilliant! We can go home!
Pinkie beamed.
And we have a super fancy party that rivals any and every party that's been out or has been happening.
Fluttershy nodded.
I thought we could celebrate with this.
She got out a large cider bottle along with 6 cups. She noticed Rainbow, Rarity, Pinkie, and Twilight's eyes widening and lips starting to drool.
This is hoof-made apple cider from a village about 5 miles away. It's one of the best in Equestria. The best apple cider, of course.
She explained, looking at the farm pony, who smiled with a faint blush. Fluttershy went around the table, one side to the cups she had given them, went back to her seat. Taking to take her in a huff.
Girls,
she began.
Coming on this journey with you has been great, and I'm glad we went together. I'm glad that we could finish it together. I never would have done it with my good friends by my side.
She paused to control her voice, but the voice started breaking.
So, thank you for being the best friends there could have.
Rockies! Oh! The 6 ponies put their cups together and gulped down their drinks. Fluttershy didn't take a sip. She grimaced as she watched them drink. Her heart was racing. She could feel tears in her eyes. What have you done? Her voice in her head said. They put their glasses down and licked their lips. Woo-wee! Don't tell my friend I said this, but that was mad delicious, Applejack commented. Thank you, Fluttershy, for that. She looked at Fluttershy, smiled as best she could. Applejack could see through something was wrong. Fluttershy's lips were trembling as she was about to cry. Her eyes seemed watery for some odd reason. Before Applejack could ask her what was wrong, she noticed in the corner of her eye Pinkie falling to the floor, snoring loudly. She felt her eyes starting to feel sleepy, trying her best to keep them open.
Oh my! Oh, I feel sleepy,
she said before collapsing on the ground, next to the sneezing Pinkie Earth Pony. Wait a second, Flares! How are you able to take her out? Pinkie Pie's got an everything for about 1 billion horses!
Oh, with her cup I added several more potency. I'm pretty positive it was enough to take out our dragon.
Rainbow started seizing the wrong gaze, coldly yelled Pegasus. Her cheeks were soaked with tears. What have you done? She barked, pointing kissing hoof at her. Fireside merely shook her head.
I'm sorry.
She choked out. Rainbow then fell to the ground. They got back up again. Ha! Jokes on you, Fireside! I'm way too energetic. And thanks to my natural Pegasus metabolism, I'm able to stay up for quite a while.
Oh, I know, Rainbow.
Yeah?
That's why I intend to do this.
Wow!
Thank you, Pinky.
What a next version.
Oh, I know that, Rainbow. That's why I can do this. That guy.
Applejack follows suit. Twilight was still holding on. Her hose are on the table, she stared at Fluttershy in shock and wonder. Her eyes were feeling heavy. Fluttershy looked at her dolefully, then leaned over and hugged the unicorn.
Twilight, do me a favor. When you get home, remember me, please.
She whispered in the unicorn's ear. Twilight's eyes closed as he fell asleep, collapsing into Fluttershy's embrace. Slowly and gently, Fluttershy stared down on the ground, let go of her. Once that was done, Fluttershy buried her face in her hose and began to cry. When all that was left was sniffles, Fluttershy wiped her eyes and began dragging the 5 ponies one by one to their beds. Once they were all wrapped in, she hid them up under the sheets, listened to faint sounds of breathing coming from her former friends. She turned away and brought out a scroll from Twilight's saddlebag. Once she knew the unicorn was planning to use the right to the princess, in case they discovered a friendship lesson. She knew they deserved a raise as to why she did this to them. She wrote down that where her intentions were. She was going to Horska, and she'll be going alone. You know, if this were any other bad fic, Fluttershy would be allowed to go alone. But I have a feeling this fic is going to make me smile. Once she finished the letter, she wrapped it up and placed it neatly on the table. She looked at her blanket for Rarity, packed enough things to keep her alive in Horska, and as she headed to the door. Before she opened, she looked back. Seeing her 5 friends sleeping peacefully, she smiled. She couldn't help but smile, and in those few seconds she looked back at the things they did together, things they may never do again.
I love you, girls.
She whispered and opened the door, leaving her friends for a very long sleep. Star Bourbon looked her way when Fluttershy closed the door behind her, closing it gently in case it awakens the sleeping ponies. Is it done? Star asked. Fluttershy looked towards Broodman, whose face he couldn't read. But if he had any resentment towards her now, she wouldn't blame him.
So done. They're all asleep.
She said, staring back at Star. Star nodded. Do you have 50 bits for the toll? Fluttershy nodded and gave him a large bag of bits.
I can't lay into the deal.
Fluttershy said,
Now, P promised me that you'll make sure that they all get back to Ponyville safely.
She pointed to the door where her friends were sleeping. Star sighed. How do I have to do that? Fluttershy nodded.
Exactly as I taught you, so I know I can trust you.
Star sighed and raised a hoof. I promise that I will get Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash back home safely. He paused his eyes, staring around. He seeing if soldiers were nearby. Cross my heart, hope to fly, stick a cupcake in my eye. He said all the gestures as well. Fluttershy nodded satisfactory. They leaned over closer to his ear.
If I find, though, a single hair on Demon's heart, I'll make sure the princess will know. You'll dishearten at me,
She whispered. She pulled back and gave him a smile, though only to look at. She felt extremely threatening, so it simmered down Star's spine. He really wanted to know if she would carry out that threat. If she makes it back, he reminded himself. Of course. Shall we? He asked, heading towards the door. Fluttershy fell asleep. Fluttershy! Raymond called. Fluttershy looked around to see him staring at her, not coldly but in pity. What you did? Don't you think it's a bit cruel? Fluttershy stared at her for a while, then nodded.
Yes, sometimes you have to be cold and kind.
She answered.
Take care of them for me, please.
Raymond nodded. Of course. Those balls for you stay safe. Get back to them. Fluttershy didn't answer. Sansi continued to walk out the door. From inside and opened the door to see Twilight, Applejack, Rarity, Rainbow, and Pinky sleeping in their beds. Go back to them. They care about you just as much as you care about them. He said aloud, then closed the door. You know, that sleeping drug you put in the sire is used on injured ponies. So name them down for 2 days or so, Star said.
I know,
Fireside said as he walked through the streets to the city gates and went to Horska.
but I should be in Horska then, shouldn't I?
Yes. Like I said, when you return to me, it should take you a day, 2 nights, and leave now. He paused. You want to get to Horska when it's dark. Less patrols then. Once you're in Horska, it's straight for Castilian. Do not stop for anything. They arrived at the back gate. The gate was large, brown, with black iron bars that were arranged around the edge of the gate. The first side left, a pony stood guard with a lever to open the gate. Now, before you leave, do you know how to fight? Star asked her. First I looked at him with wide eyes. Fight? She never had a fight before, even with those that picked on her, and neither were animals. She shook her head and Star sighed. Well, I think you'll learn the need to fight if you had a chance to live in there. He pointed beyond the gates. Star gestured at Pigside to come over, and his teeth was a bracelet of some kind. Are you right or left hoofed? Star asked Fireside. Well, questions that are never usually asked in Pony. This makes breaking boundaries.
I can use both quite well, but I prefer my right hoof to hold things.
She answered. The soldier placed the strange bracelet on her right leg of Fireside. Once the basis had moved the bracelet, Princess had given her a ring. Fireside examined the bracelet. It threads from her hoof to her knee joint, and the backhand reminded her of a sword hilt. In the center of the bracelet was a golden unicorn head. On the end, there was a little slit that Fireside couldn't make out what was in it. I wouldn't do that. Could poke your eye out. Now, lift your leg in the air and think that you might need to use it. Fireside nodded and lifted her leg to her chest. When she closed her eyes, thought of a dragon attacking her friends. She needed a sword by her side. When she opened her eyes again, shake! A 2-foot-long blade flew out of the slit, and it shone in the low sunlight. Fireside's mouth was deep in awe. Forster chuckled out Star. The unicorn magic, he said, explaining Fireside the unspoken question. They're forced to care a lot by unicorns. Once they're equipped, they'll respond to a living thing to a pony. They'll know when to draw and deceive itself, too.
But I thought we used swords in our mouths.
Fireside asked. Star shook his head. No. Not enough grit. A slate from a griffin claw or horses will knock the sword right out of our teeth, plus a few teeth with it. No. Therefore more for ceremonial purposes than combat. Fireside nodded.
But I don't know how to use this.
You know, I just realized that in all my writing for fall, I never used this sword! My god! All the things I've ever written, all the stuff I've ever done with Pony, and I never used this weapon! Oh yeah, I've used wing blades, but I've never used this! And that's what I'm going to teach you, Star said. And the thing is, this is one of my favorite fanfics! He rose his right leg to his chest, and a blade drew from the bracelet he was wearing. Shake! Now, start slow and attack you. You will block my attacks. I'll go faster as we go along. Ready? He asked. Fireside hesitantly nodded, pressing her right leg to his chest, waiting for the first strike. Gaze not fighting his. Fireside came slowly. He walked over and forward with 3 legs, braced his right one to strike down. Fireside raised hers and blocked the first strike with ease. Tink! Good. Star commented. Step back and swung his left leg to the left. Fireside stepped back and parried the blow. Very good! Now let's try a little harder, shall we? He charged at her much faster. Fireside was surprisingly quick. She stepped out of the way and smacked him on the flank with the side of the sword. He turned and raised his sword and leg ready to strike. When Fireside leaned forward on her own attack, he was surprised but quickly recovered. Star blocked the first strike, and the second before Fireside backed away. Wow, I'm impressed, Star said. He paused to breathe. He could feel sweat on his brow. You learn fast. So fast I don't think we need any more practice duels. So now, for the final challenge, see if you can force me to yield. He went to an aggressive stance and swing spread wide. Fireside followed suit and waited. Star swung his right leg, aiming to catch her off guard by faking an attack to the right, while he moved to the left. Fluttershy raised her sword like to block. Fluttershy grinned as she moved forward with her attack on her own, going right and left quickly. Star made a strike at the same time, the two ponies crossing swords for a few seconds, before Fluttershy finally being pushed back and Star coming forward to make his move. But she blocked blow after blow, always able to dodge at the right moment, and the speed of a trained soldier. By now, a lot of ponies were watching this duel go on with great interest. They watched intensely as the two ponies moved away from each other and started to circle. By the way, guys, in fall, this was how Fluttershy was originally going to fight! This was how she was originally going to fight, and this was how she was going to own dementia! Fluttershy did decide to give an offense herself and end this. She charged Star, swinging attacks with such speed that Star was barely able to block them. She slammed her sword onto Stars with such force and swung his leg out of the way. She placed the tip on his blade to his right neck. By Celestia's mane! He exclaimed. His own blade slammed back to the scabbard. Fluttershy was breathing fast. So was Star. He couldn't help but feel humiliated. A civilian who only picked up a sword today had beaten him, a veteran in the army. Well, yeah, I was going easy on you. Well done, he said, trying to keep his dignity. You can put the blade away now. Fluttershy looked down and noticed her blade was still on his neck. She quickly moved it away and sheathed.
All right, sorry,
She said, looking bashfully away.
Sorry, I didn't know I could do that.
It's okay, but that was amazing all the same. I think you have a problem with fighting, but just know this. Fluttershy looked into Star's eyes. The horses over there won't yield like I did. They believe to die fighting is their greatest honor, so you may have to kill some horses if you run into some that threaten you. Fluttershy nodded and went towards the gate.
Am I ready now?
Star nodded to beside Fluttershy. Returned to face the gate. Are you aware of the risk you may encounter beyond this gate? Fluttershy nodded.
I do.
Are you also aware of the possibility you'll not come back? There was a long pause.
Yes.
If you have any doubts, any at all, then feel free to turn around now and walk away. Fluttershy hesitated for a moment. After a few seconds, he raised her head high and puffed out her chest.
I will not turn back.
Very well. Star said. He turned his head so he faced the faces by the lever. Over the gate! He ordered. Pegasus nodded and pulled the lever forward. The gate arched and groaned as it opened. Dust that formed between the giant doors fell as the gate swung inwards. Fluttershy gulped as he saw what lay ahead. Trees were so tall they blocked out the sun. The shading made them seem terrifying in nature. And the branches stretched out across as if the trees were embracing each other. Good luck, Fluttershy. May Celestia's sun and Luna's moon guide you, Star said. Fluttershy bowed her head to him and walked slowly forward.
Okay, I can do this. Just one hell after the other, just like Twilight taught me.
She said to herself. She felt the shadows of the gates cloud her. She left the confines of the city and was now in the forest. She looked back and saw Star looking at her with a somber expression as the gates closed behind her. Star raised a hoof goodbye before the gate slammed shut, locking behind her. Now there was no going back. Fluttershy looked back in front of her. The woods were far darker than she thought they were. She started to walk slowly, her ears right up and eyes darting around, trying to make out anything that could harm her. But nothing, not even birdsong, and that worried her the most. She decided to pick up the pace and broke into a trot, thinking the sooner she was out of this wood, the better. You think she may come back? The Pegasus guard said to Star once the gate had shut. Star looked at her and nodded. I think so. She's a special pony, that one. All of them are. Let's wait for the gate. Keep your watch on the end. If those 5 ponies wake up, I want to know pronto. And someone order carriage to take them home in 2 days, he ordered. Pegasus saluted and ran out to carry out her deployment or task. Fluttershy breathed a sigh of relief when she finally entered the forest, and breathed the fresh street air that came with it. She looked around and noticed the sun would be down, so she continued to walk a bit further before settling down for the night. She wondered what she would find over the border. What the horses look like. Would they have kitty marks like ponies do? How will they arrive to her arriving in Castilian, like Star told her to go? She had the map Star had given her when she went back to see him, and her getting the sleeping drug in her saddlebag. She told herself to read it when she settled down for the night. It soon came around, found herself getting more and more tired, and decided to call it a day. She moved so she was off the dirt road in a clearing, below a tree so that if it rained she wouldn't get wet. She went out and found some sticks and made a fire. Using the light, she brought the map of Horska out and looked at it, examining every detail. Horska had several mountain ranges, one in the far east, another making up most of the southwest, another in the center, and once more marking the border between the two countries. A long river sneaked its way from the northeast down to the southwest, splitting up into smaller rivers that worked their way across the country. Forest teemed most of the landscape it seemed. She didn't know how old this was, so she could be wrong. While there were two vast plains, one in the east and one in the center, surrounding Castilian. Large red marks split the country in half, letting Fireside know where the southern rule ended and the north one began. Finally, there were the cities. There were 4 in the south and 3 in the north, all marked by big black dots. First I noticed that one city in the south she would at least want to run in, yet go on her path. One was called Andalusia.
I should have liked that.
She said to herself, and placed her hoof on the place where she would enter the country path. Hurriedly going forward, riding further in Andalusia, go through a small wood, then head to Castilian.
It'll be perfect.
She said with a nod of her head to herself. She wrapped up the map and placed it back in her saddlebags. Just around for a blanket. She stopped and sighed sadly when she remembered she left it back at the trots. A rarity to have. Ears felt like she rested her head on the ground. She got used to her friend's constant chatter throughout the nights. Some about where they were going, other conversations about random things that they had found, what they wanted to do in life. For the first time in ages, Fireside was alone. Really, truly alone. And she hated it. She would give everything to hear one of Pinky's cheap jokes. Twilight's blabbering on about something. Cheering on Rainbow Dash, helping Applejack with apple bucking, seeing Rarity at the spa every week. But she knows she couldn't turn back now. She wouldn't, so why should she? Besides, she thought, when they wake up, they probably never want to see her again. I wouldn't blame her if they did. She closed her eyes and fell asleep, feeling cold, lonely, and miserable. Will somebody give her a hug? First I woke early the next morning. Unsurprisingly, she didn't sleep well, having bad dreams of her friend seeing her again when she came back, completely ignoring her, as she never did. One such visit started yelling at her.
If I return to see them.
A dark thought went through her mind. She shook her head and told herself not to think like that. She will return and live the life she wanted, slow and peaceful. She packed her bags and trotted out of the clearing back into the dirt road and headed right, after seeing her hoof tracks were still in the road from last night. She kept walking, stopping occasionally to sniff some extraordinary flowers she'd never seen before. Time went quickly. The Fireside soon found herself under the shadow of the mountains, where beyond this was the land of the horses. She saw the dirt road change to a pebbled road on a curve up the mountain, and with a sigh, started to climb into horseback. The path wasn't steep, thankfully, so she didn't have much difficulty in climbing. When she made it to the top, though, she couldn't help but gasp in wonder at the beautiful sight before her. Miles and miles of forest, plains, and mountains dotted the landscape, low clouds covering the top of the highest peaks. The sun cast its light down upon it. A fresh, gentle breeze made her keep well mane flowing gently with it. She sat down on the ground, deciding to take this moment to view the country, getting her bearings right.
Welcome to Horska, Fluttershy,
She said to herself. She watched and waited as the world went by, till the stars started to show and the last rays of sunlight disappeared over the horizon. She started to follow the path down.
Now, let's find Firewing. Come on, you do this.
Before she started her descent, she lifted a hoof and raced towards the sky. The wind was strong, too strong for her to fly in, so annoyingly she would have to do this the hard way. She began to descend down into the mountain and into this foreign country. It was clearly evening by the time Fluttershy made it down to the flats. She looked down all around, but she could make out in the darkness was trees of various shapes alongside the stone path she was now on. She broke into a trot, hoping to keep a good pace and get across the southern border by morning. The idea of camping out here was too dangerous to her. She came across a small stone bridge and tried it over. The river below sounded nimble and rough. With the river behind her, she came across old shacks that were abandoned, either too old or destroyed by fire. It looked like they were good places to camp out. The Fluttershy's determination to get over the border beckoned her onwards. A few minutes later, her ears suddenly twisted as she began to pick up something. A sound so alien, yet, thanks to Star's training, all too familiar to her. The sound of steel clashing into steel. The sound of horses fighting. She began to move a little closer, hoping the sounds would grow distant as she moved. Firstly, they moved closer, so she started picking up muffled calls and shouts from horses. She didn't stop when she heard the hooves touching the ground, coming towards her. Without hesitation, she dived through the foliage and hid in a bush, waiting until the horses went by. She didn't see them, but they sounded awfully close. Thankfully, though, after a while, galloping faded. The sounds of battle dimmed until silence. Fluttershy crept out of the bush and looked around. Couldn't see the silhouette of a horse or any other threatening creature. So Fluttershy ran, faster than she had ever run in her entire life, going completely straight. Afraid she went out to meet a horse-skin patrol. While later, there was still silence and her nerves calmed a bit. She raised a smile that could actually make it. She didn't know where it came from, but a sharp hit on her face sent her crashing to the ground with a yelp. She tried to stand, but her vision was blurry, and her ears were deafened from the impact. Her head was screaming in pain. She felt herself pinned lightly to the ground and rolled over to her back. And saw with terrified eyes what had struck her. A dark brown horse loomed over her. The horse was in a gray armor that went from his shoulders down to his flanks. He had the cold breath of air belching from his nostrils. Then a horse shows that had small spikes at the end covering his hooves. His helmet had horns pointing upwards like a unicorn's horn. Smaller spikes like dragons that flowed down its neck. "Welcome to Horska, equestrian," the horse snarled. Fluttershy whimpered slightly and tried to force herself free from the horse's restraint. The horse chuckled evilly. It slammed another hoof into her face, blacking out the world. Oh! And you have to wait until next time after this!